Presidential election if the left continues to keep up their ridicule of conservative Christian beliefs?
Look, I told President Trump last week he has become the most faith-friendly president in history, and his selection of Vice President Pence is just one example of that. But if Joy Behar and her ilk continue these kind of unfounded attacks, you're going to see President Trump reelected by a landslide in 2020, and you're going to see Vice President Pence become President Pence in 2024. That's my prediction.
I've got to leave it there, Pastor, but final word to you on Mike Pence and his response to this. We have not yet seen or heard a response from him. Do you think he should respond?
My guess is you will hear a very gracious response in some form very soon.
Pastor Jeffress, thanks for coming on.
I actually heard that ABC has a program that compared my Christianity to mental illness. And I'd like to laugh about it, but I really can't. I mean, Mike, I'm a believer. Like tens of millions of Americans today will have ash on their foreheads to mark the beginning of Lent. Overwhelming majority of Americans cherish their faith. And we have all different types of faith in this country. But I have to tell you, to have ABC maintain a broadcast forum that compared Christianity to mental illness is just wrong. And it's an insult not to me, but to the vast majority of the American people who, like me, cherish their faith. I mean, my Christianity is the most important thing in my life. I try and start every day by better than that. Our country's better than that. And you're better than that. And I'd like to be light about it, but I really can't. Not for my sake, but for the tens of millions of Americans who cherish their faith. I can't be silent.
We listen. We do make jokes. It is what happens on this show. You don't have to agree with what we're doing. You don't even have to like it, but you have to understand that it does happen. Now, to call us intolerant or to call out ABC, let's get rid of that, because ABC we know is tolerant of everyone. They have Sunday nights with Joel Osteen, yeah, you know, so we know that they're fine with that. But the idea that this show is not tolerant of other people's religious...
Opening the good book. My wife and I try and have a prayer together before I leave every morning. I can honestly tell you my faith sustains me in all that I do. And it's just a regular part of our lives. But I'm not unusual. I think I'm a very typical American. Whatever your faith tradition, people understand that. But I just think it demonstrates how out of touch some in the mainstream media are with the faith and values of the American people, that you could have a major network like ABC permit a forum for invective against religion like that. And I call them out on it, not because of what was said about me, but it's just simply wrong for ABC to have a television program that expresses that kind of religious intolerance. And
beliefs I find a little hard.
Also, to imply that I'm a Christian, I give money to the church. Yeah. You know, I mean, I actually help Christians with my pocketbook.